Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and today for you guys I'm going to be profiling for you my Battlin Boxer deck. Now Battlin Boxers is a deck I've been playing around with ever since it came out in Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy a long time ago. And I want to profile this deck because of the new support that the deck got recently from the OCG in the imports from World Superstars set. So things like Shadow and the new Exceed monster. Number 79, Nova Kaiser, which is a pretty dang good card. So I wanted to try and find the right ratio of the cards, these new cards to run in the deck, to figure out how the deck, to make it work the most efficiently. So I like the build. I'm still testing a couple of things out, a few cards here and there out, but I'll talk about those as I go through the deck profile. So without further ado guys, let us get started. So first we still run our 3 switch hitter, and we still run our 3 glass jaw. No matter what, I know people may debate about the ratios of the other Battlin Boxer monsters. How many of these should you run? How many of these should you run? Or other Battlin Boxer cards. But these two cards here would never change. 3 glass jaw, 3 switch hitter. There's kind of a loop going around with them. You can keep adding switch hitter back to your hand by sending glass jaw and activating sending glass jaw for effect. That way you can keep getting switch hitters. That way you can keep making Battlin Boxer lead yokes and Nova Kaisers and whatever else you want to. It's really nice now with switch hitter. He's become a lot better because now if you don't want to sometimes, instead of going into Battlin Boxer lead yoke, you can also go into Battlin Boxer Nova Kaiser nowadays. So it's kind of nice. And Glass Jar, as you know, when he is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Battlin Boxer monster to your hand. Next we run 3 Battlin Boxer headgear. Some people may want to run 2. I've seen recently a whole bunch of different ratios for Battlin Boxer headgear. I really like him. He's kind of like Armageddon Knight. Most of the time you'll send Glass Jaw. Sometimes you'll send switch hitter. The reason for that maybe you may be going for a Lavava chain. You send the Glass Jaw to the graveyard, get the switch hitter back to your hand. By that manner. So sometimes you'll send switch hitter, and other times you'll send the 1 counterpunch you run in the deck. I still like counterpunch as a 1 of, 2 of not so much on anymore. If you still want to run 2 counterpunch, you can go ahead and do that, but no more than 2. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. So definitely 3 headgear, still a good card in the deck. Helps get your graveyard set up. Then the last 3 of Battlin Boxer monster I run of is 3 Battlin Boxer Spara. I have to say Spara is the one card in Battlin Boxers that I've seen multiple people run a multitude of different ratios. I've seen people not even run Spara. I've seen people run Spara as a 2 of and a 3 of. It just depends on player preference. But I found that Battlin Boxer Spara can help precipitate just rank 4 plays in general. Mostly Battlin Boxer rank 4 plays and help you go for lead yoke. But a lot of people don't like him because you can't conduct your battle phase the turn you special summon him. The thing is, you have to keep in mind with Spara is usually you'll conduct your battle phase, so your attack with a glass jar or whatever you're going to do, do your regular play that you have that turn. And if it's main phase 1, you don't care if you're going, if it's your first turn, and you're going first. You don't care if you're not conducting your battle phase because you're not going to do it anyways. But the thing is, you can just still conduct your battle phase and then in main phase 2 go for your Exceed play and you'll be perfectly fine. So I definitely like him as a 3 of because he really helps the deck out. Go for plays, plus he's searchable. Then we run the new Battlin Boxer Shadow. I've seen people run 3, I've seen people run 2. It's personal preference. I find that 3 is a little bit overkill. Yeah, he's really awesome. Yeah, he's really cool, but more than 3 gets kind of overkill. I mean, if you already have a lead yoke on the field with 2 attachments, you can just go Rhoda, search it out, do what you want to do, your shenanigans, so whatever. Also, he can help precipitate rank 4 plays. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll go, okay, already have lead yoke on the field, special summon him, main phase 2 after I've attacked and done whatever I want to. I'll special summon the Spara, go for a rank 4 Exceed play most of the time like that. So it's really nice if you can do that. Excuse me. But yeah, it's really nice if you can do that sometimes. He was really nice because when you can special summon him from your hand. If you have a lead yoke in the field, you can just target the lead yoke, make a detachment, lead yoke gets stronger, and now you special summon another 18 beat stick. So he can help swarm the field. But as a 3 of, I'm not too keen on him. But that's up to you. Then I do run 2 one of Battlin Boxer monsters, and I'll talk about that in a second. I know people are going to go, huh? And go scratching their head about these 2. A lot of people don't like Counterpunch at all. I understand why people don't like it. But I also, at the same time, find it useful in certain situations. Plus, you can send it to the graveyard easily. With just as a 1-of, you can easily send it to the graveyard to help run over things. Sometimes I've even used it to help go for games sometimes, which is nice, and protect certain monsters in certain situations, depending upon what happened. So I do like the 1 Counterpunch. And I also like the 1 Defender. Before Shadow came out, I was running Defender as a 2-of. But with Battlin Boxer Shadow now out here in the TCG, I find Veil has kind of lost its usefulness because I find this deck is more aggro than defensive. It's more offensive now. You're more going for that lead yoke, making him powerful, attacking. And yeah, Defender's nice if you're on the defensive, but I only like it as a 1-of. He usually comes in handy with these clunky hands I may get sometimes, but I may not want to go off first turn, so I like him as a 1-of. He's searchable if you really want to go searching for him with Rhoda, but I like him as a 1-of because he can help make rank 4 plays and just protect you for short term, especially if you have like an Armageddon Night out, not Armageddon Night out, if you have a Headgear out and you didn't send Counterpunch to the graveyard, so your Headgear becomes 2000, and they attack it and you take some damage. Headgear will live, but you'll take the damage, you can special summon this, and they'll go for a rank 4 play like that. So that's nice, but I don't like him more as a 1-of. I've been testing him out as a 2-of, but I mean, if you want to run Veiler as a 2-of, go right ahead, but I like him as a 1-of personally right now. Then I run 2 Masked Chameleon, or as I like to call them for some random reason, I actually call them Masked Charmeleon, because when I first saw this card, because I'm dyslexic actually, I kept saying Masked Charmeleon for some weird reason, even though I knew it said Masked Chameleon. But whatever. This card's really amazing. Like I say most of the time, the main target for this Masked Chameleon play, even though it's a reptile, is Glassjaw. You're usually, most of the time I find from playing Battlin Boxers for a long time is Glassjaw is either going to be A, in your deck because you haven't sent him to graveyard, or B and C, he's going to either be in your graveyard or attached to a monster, like a lead yoke. That's most of the time what I personally have found. That's where Glassjaw is going to be. He's either going to be, most of the time, you're going to at least have 1 Glassjaw either in the graveyard or attached to a monster and going to go in the graveyard. That's where Glassjaw usually resides. And because of that, you can use dead resources in your graveyard, Battlin Boxer Glassjaw, bring him back with Masked Chameleon, make a rank 8 Synchro play, go for a Colossal Fighter or Spark Dragon to protect another monster you have on field or itself, and just do a couple of plays that can help precipitate your deck. So I really like Masked Chameleon in that aspect. Plus he's searchable through King of the Feral Imps, so you can't go wrong with that. So I like him as a 2-of. Some people don't like running him, but I like the fact that he can give another aspect to the deck, like a Synchro summoning aspect to the deck. Then we run 3, oh my gosh, thank gosh, Rhoda's back at 3. I know it's been a couple of formats now that Rhoda's been back at 3, but I just like Rhoda because I love warrior deck. I really like a lot of different warrior decks, including 6 Samurai, and Rhoda just helps out a slew of warrior decks nowadays. So 3 Rhoda, definitely. Your searcher for the deck. Then we run 2 MST, and then we run 2 Forbidden Lance. Now, the reason I run 2 Forbidden Lance and 2 MST, and I know people are going to go, well, why would you run this ratio? Because back row is not a thing. Yeah, back row is not a thing, but people do love their Fiendish Chains, and people do love Fiendish Chaining your lead yoke, and that's not a fun thing at all, I can promise you that. Plus, MST can help you if they activate Fiendish Chain and they target your lead yoke, you can just MST it. Plus Forbidden Lance can do the same thing. Plus also if they try to go Regeki or dark hole on you or do whatever they're trying to do. If your lead yoke has used up all his materials, then you can just target with Forbidden Lance and protect your lead yoke, and they've wasted a Regeki, MST, you know, a dark hole, whatever. And then you can continue on with your day. Then we run one Battlin Boxer Spirit and one Warrior Returning Alive. Now, recently I've seen a trend that people really love Battlin Boxer Spirits because of Shadow and stuff. And granted, I mean, I love Battlin Boxer Spirit. It's a good card. Originally when it came out, I ran it as a 3 of. Then I found that 3 was a little bit too much. Then I tried 2, and I said 2 is a little bit too much, so I cut it down to 1. And I used to run 2 Warrior Returning Alive at the same time. But what I've come to find, playing this deck for a long time, is Spirits is a good card. Yes, I understand it helps make rank 4 plays in the deck. But what Spirits can do, Warrior Returning Alive can do, and vice versa. So let me explain. If I special summon back my main guy, Switch Hitter, okay? I can't activate his effect. But if I activate Warrior Returning Alive here, I can add the Switch Hitter back to hand, okay? Normal summon the Switch Hitter and continue on with my day by bringing back a Glass Jaw or whatever and make a lead yoke or a Nova Kaiser. So I like it. I mean, some people I've seen run 1 Spirit, 3 Warrior Returning Alive, 3 Spirit, no Returning. I've seen different ratios, but personally, from playing this deck for a long time, I like Spirit as a 1 of and Warrior Returning Alive as a 1 of. If you want to run more Spirits, I say then run 2 Spirits. I like the card, but I don't think you don't need too many of it. I would say no more than 2. 1 of this card's pretty dang good, but it's just personal preference. If you can find the space in the deck, I would say maybe run 2, but I just like the 1-1 ratio. 1 Warrior Returning Alive, 1 Battlin Boxer Spirits. But that's just me from playing this deck for a long time and just testing it out, and still testing it out with new support. Then I run 1 Dark Hole and 1 Regeki. Regeki just clears your board, smack them with a huge lead yoke with big attack. Dark Hole, it just can help trigger off your lead yoke's effect, so he can, you know, lose a material and then become bigger and, you know, badder. So that's why we run that. I know some people like running 2 Dark Hole, but because the fact that this deck can make other plays beside lead yoke and it could interfere with that, that's the reason I only run 1 Dark Hole instead of 2 Dark Hole, even though Dark Hole's at 2. So that's the reason for that right there. Then for your other 1 of spells, you run 1 Book of Moon, 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Soul Charge. Soul Charge just helps make combo plays. Even though you can't attack that turn, you can make a good solid board. Foolish Burial can help set off your plays. You send the Glass Jaw to graveyard, get an effect off, good to go. And Book of Moon, it's always a good versatile card there. Then on to your traps, guys. We run our 2 Fiendish Chains. Fiendish Chain I really like in the deck because it can help prevent people from running over things if you're, you know, a little worried early on in the duel setting up your plays. But the main reason we like running Fiendish Chain is because it can stop the 101s, it can stop the Castels, it can stop the weird stuff that's going to do things to us. So if they try, you know, Castel your Battlin Boxer or 101 it away, you can just say no. You can try Breakthrough Skill if you want to. I find it's okay in the deck, but, you know, that's up to you. I like Fiendish Chain because it's a little bit more versatile. Then my own little personal tech in the deck, I guess you could say next to running Mass Chameleon, is XYZ Reflect. I've seen other people run some other XYZ-esque cards in Battlin Boxers, and they're pretty decent, but I really like XYZ Reflect because it's kind of like a, I guess you could say to some extent, like a solemn judgment for XYZs. So let me tell you what it's, I'll read off its effect and tell you what it does. When a spell card, trap card, or effect monster effect is activated that targets a face-up XYZ monster on the field, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. Then inflict 800 damage to your opponent. I'm just going to let you know that that 800 damage has won me games before. So this card's really nice, and I'll state why it's nice. Even though we have Nova Kaiser now, and Nova Kaiser is awesome, you know, to go into, your main card you're going to go into most of the time is Battlin Boxer Lead Yoke. Or, for that matter, your main cards you're going to go into are XYZs because this is an XYZ deck. And because Lead Yoke is a big monster, and when he loses materials, he becomes a big boy, and you can smack your opponent and run over things. You want to protect that, and also as you want to protect, your other XYZs as well. So it's really nice when this card is on the field and you can protect them, and you can be assured with things like MST and Forbidden Lance. You're protecting your big monsters that you're making with Lead Yoke and whatever else. But this can really protect your XYZs because it can stop them from monster effects, spells, and traps. And it's good protection, plus it's a counter trap, so it's really nice. You don't have to run it, you can run something else if you want to, but I'm going to say from playing that card in this deck for a long time, it comes in handy. Then lastly, we run one Bottomless Trap Hole, one Compulse, one Torrential, and one Vanity's Emptiness. Bottomless, good card. Compulse things back to their deck, versatile card. Torrential Tribute, you make Lead Yoke, you make a lot of plays, destroy their board. Lead Yoke gets a little bit bigger. It's a trap. I chose that over the second Dark Hole, by the way. And then one Vanity's Emptiness, because you make a big Lead Yoke and you flip over Vanity's Emptiness, and your opponent's going to go, I hate my life. So we run those. Then on to the extra deck. We run our 3 Battlin Boxer Lead Yoke, the original boss monster and focus of this deck from back in the day. Card's amazing. I've seen people cut down on this card to actually 2, which is really surprising because they say, well, I don't go through them all in one duel, and I'm going to say right now, I still go through sometimes 3 Lead Yokes in one duel, so I still run 3. Then I run 2 Nova Kaiser. I'm debating running 1 Nova Kaiser or 2 Nova Kaiser. Still testing it out. I would like to maybe cut it down to 1 because I want to make some more space in the extra deck, but it's up to you. I'm finding 2 to be okay. So 2 Nova Kaiser, very good new card from not Star Strike Blast. What am I saying? World Superstars. Then we run 1 King of the Feral Imps and 1 Lavava Chain. Lavava Chain can help set up combo plays in this deck. You send the Glass Jar to the grave with you normal summon the Headgear. You special summon the Spara. You send the Glass Jar to grave because you send Switch Hitter to grave. You always send Switch Hitter to grave with Headgear. Get the Switch Hitter back. You go for your Lead Yoke the next turn. Cool. King of the Feral Imps. You just get your Mass Communions. Communions from the deck. So you can go off plays. Then our 2 warrior monsters you run. You can run the other heroic monster, Gandiva, if you want to. It's really nice against certain decks. But we run 1 Champion Excalibur and 1 Blade Armor Ninja. I was debating between that Blade Armor Ninja and Gagaga Samurai, but at the end of the day I went with Blade Armor Ninja still, because this is a warrior-based deck. Then I run some generic rank 4s, Silent Arc Honors Knight, 101 Silent Arc Honors Knight, 1 Castel the Sky Musketeer, and 1 number 103 Ragna Zero. And then lastly I won 1 Krogonic Illuminescent Knight, because if you can make this with the Lead Yoke, if they try to target in some way, you can just redirect it, which is kind of nice. Then for your rank 8 Synchro monsters, you level 8 Synchro monsters, we run 1 Stardust Spark Dragon, because you can target, you can use the counter with Stardust Spark Dragon, target your Lead Yoke, protect it. It's really nice. And you can do it for other things too. If you don't have this, then I would suggest maybe running Hot Red Dragon Archfiend with some other rank level 8 Synchro monsters. And then definitely the boss MVP for Synchros here is Colossal Fighter, because your entire deck besides Mass Chameleon is all warriors. So if you have a whole bunch of warriors late game in your graveyard, make Colossal Fighter and laugh in your opponent's face. So nice. So nice to do that when you can make Colossal Fighter in this deck. So guys, this deck is very fun to play. I'm still testing it out a little bit, but I really enjoy the deck thoroughly. Is it super competitive? No. Does it have its problems because your boss monsters are exceeds? Yes. But overall, is it a good, solid deck? Yeah. And you can have a lot of fun with it. So till next time, guys, take care, have fun dueling, good luck dueling. Hope you liked this video and you took something away from it. And I'll see you all next time. Seto Kaiba, I'm out of here, guys. Till next time. Good luck dueling to you all.